And hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. We have a snow shot on the way tonight. There's another one coming for tomorrow afternoon on your Monday, and a winter storm watch has been issued for parts of the area. As we head into your Tuesday, a big storm system promising to bring a chance of ice and snow. Details coming up in this version of Hutch's Weather. Stick around. Snow totals and expectations are next.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
I hope your weekend was good, and it was so great to see so many of you out at the Holiday of Lights Parade. It was cold out there, but certainly fun. Now, we do have a batch of snow making its way through the region on this Sunday night, but we're going to get to the headline, and that is the fact that we have some unsettled weather heading our way. Number one, headlines. Here we go. Monday, we're going to have some morning snow for the drive time, most of us getting a trace to an inch. Isolated places up to 2 inches of snow for greasy roads from central North Dakota and off into parts of South Dakota and the Southern Valley. And it will then be another clipper that moves through in the afternoon hours in northern Minnesota, leaving a trail of snow. And some of that could be pretty significant with some gusty winds associated with it, greasing up the roads from the northern Red River Valley through the arrowhead of Minnesota. Good to see you all on board. We'll still get snow. There's a chance. We'll talk more about that in just a second. I love your questions. Hold on tight, because we have another system that is going to be really impactful for the region. That goes on Tuesday. Now, on Tuesday, a winter storm watch has been issued for portions of the region. Here's a look at the track of the snow. I'll put this up in full scope for you here momentarily. But we do have a band of heavier snow that will be possible. Many areas seeing 1 to 2 inches likely. Some areas picking up over 4 inches of snow along the heavier band. And once we get into Minnesota, isolated 8 or 9 inch totals cannot be ruled out. So we'll have a chance also at some ice potential in the early onset of this storm. So let's say this. In the track of the storm, 1 to 5 inches of snow is going to be likely. Thanks for joining me on the Facebook channel. Hey, I don't know if you had a chance to check out everything that was going on this weekend, but a lot of exciting announcements coming here for Hutch's Weather. Now let's get to the details with your forecast. Not making you wait. We're starting 7-day. 7-day planner. This is what you need to know. 2 stormy days ahead. One very early morning, actually it's happening now, overnight snow showers that will grease up the roads in the Southern Valley. Then northern Minnesota and the Northern Valley get the afternoon dose of snow. On Tuesday, winter storm making its way through, and big time warm up, folks. We're going to have some area with some freezing drizzle and rain, and that is going to cause very icy conditions. On top of that, wind and snow will be making its way through. I'll have the timing and the track of this for your location with your questions coming up. Drop comments here and let me know if you're ready for more snow. After that, look at these falling temperatures. We wake up on Wednesday near 15. By your drive time home, it's falling like a 2-ton heavy brick right on your big old toe to 13 below for Thursday morning. Bitter cold throughout the day, and then it does look like we'll warm things up with another clipper making its way through. So some snow showers of the light variety as we warm up. Right away, Friday, another drop in temperature. We start the day at 5, dropping to 3. Hutch's 7 days different than what you're going to see. I don't like putting up the high, the low, the maximum, the minimum, because it's not what impacts you. What impacts you is when you wake up, it's going to be warmer than the afternoon. So I try to illustrate that as you walk through the days ahead. Now, Brandon, thanks for joining me as Moorhead getting wet, sticky snow. We'll go right over that here momentarily. Evening, hope everything's going good. Watching since you were a kid in Bismarck. David, it's a wonderful to have you joining me once again. Hey, Ethan, good to see you as well watching. Now, as we take a look at next weekend, I'm going to get out the way here because we have some things to talk about. Oh my word. You're not going to see this temperature on other people's forecasts Saturday morning. I'm going out on a limb here, but you know what? I've been out on this limb before. This is not Hutch's first rodeo. I was born in Montana. I've seen plenty of them, and we're not going to get bucked off. We've had worse temperatures, but it's going to be sub-zero for the majority of the day. Rising temperatures maybe after 10 o'clock. We'll see temperatures rise to near zero as we head into your Sunday. Brutal cold. Things that make this so brutal, and why I think it's going to be more impactful than maybe what you're seeing elsewhere, is just because of the fresh amounts of snow that we'll be having. Now, that's the 7-day planner. Let's get to a little bit more detail on what we're expecting. Forecast facts first. boom, morning, Monday, off to work, off to school. What can you expect? You can expect this, single digit readings that'll be on the warm up. Look at western North Dakota, near 30 degrees there. So that's a warm front. And along the warm front, we're going to get clouds and snow showers, particularly up here. Now, what's moving through tonight will be exiting into southern Minnesota. That's a different system entirely. We'll go over that radar here momentarily. So the morning drive looks like this. Maybe an inch of snow for many areas, maybe a quarter inch to a half inch here in Fargo. I don't expect a lot, enough to sweep it off. Remember, give yourself extra time to clean off that windshield. But if you are in the James River Valley, the southern reach of the Cheyenne River Valley, and look at that, northeast South Dakota, once again, a little bit more. Not heavy. Isolated places could pick up a little bit more. We're talking 1 to 2 inches, though, in those heavier hit spots. Jamestown, it could be a little tricky in the terrain of the James River Valley. Afternoon. Next wave of snow hitting northern parts of the valley into Minnesota. Notice that warm air punching its way into the western Dakotas. We're going to see 33 Bismarck, 31 Minot. But look at this, only 20s here in the Red River Valley. Cold molasses, heavy, dense air sitting in the low valley. And along the boundary here, warmer air rising over the top, rocking snowflakes like around the Christmas tree, I guess is what we'll say, increasing all of our regions' chances of a white Christmas high. Good to have you on here, Sharon. Thank you for watching. Thanks for commenting. South winds keeping us warm, but it's not going to be that warm because those south winds are going to be riding over the top of you folks in places like Ely, Grand Rapids, Bemidji, Park Rapids, Wadena, Brainerd Lakes area. The warmth will get there ahead of the next wave and the next system. How about the snowfall facts? I told you I'd give you that. Let's get right to it. Clear my throat. Stand by for important weather information. Snow forecast. This is a forecast for Tuesday. Yes, it could shift a little bit because we have to wait and see where the radar sets up those heavy bands. It could shift south. It could shift north. But as of this early stage, for Tuesday, we start with some icing, and in the southern valley is where the best chance of that will be, where we're going to be closer to the warmer pool of air near the surface. So maybe some ice with snow developing on the top of it. Somewhere between Fargo and Grand Forks, I think we'll have a decent chance at seeing that heavier band moving through. So you're looking at Bottineau, Belcourt, Rugby, all the way out through Rolla, Grand Forks, Bemidji, and right into the Brainerd Lakes area, Castle Lake area, Walker, Minnesota, Babe the Blue Ox. You got some sledding material coming through, a chance for enough to get the old machine out, the snow machine that is, and maybe snow blowers for some of you. Where? Minnesota. I think this system taps in a little more energy, a little more snow potential as it goes through central Minnesota and into the I-35 corridor there near, well, let's call it Duluth Superior and points south. So it does look like we'll have a heavy batch of snow pushing its way into Wisconsin like the Green Bay Packers pushed their way through the Chicago Bears on this Sunday evening. Good evening, Sean. Thank you for your support as always. Now let's chat a little bit about this. This system come with a chance for some icing. Here's what I want you to know. It doesn't look heavy. Every model has this different, and there's no way to really pinpoint the precise location of this. Just know this. In the early stages of Tuesday morning, some will be getting rain and it's going to freeze on roads. It doesn't look to be heavy, but if it does start sticking on area roads and power lines, this could be a very slippery situation in the morning, and then it will be compounded by some snow on top of it. Again, yeah, I sound excited. I'm a meteorologist talking weather. I love weather, but I want to tell you this. We're letting you know these potentials here with this system because if you're traveling on Tuesday to the good old hockey game and you want to go over the hills and through the woods, we're going to have some areas of very difficult travel out there. Shout out to all the single ladies. Well, sure. Why not? And Middle River, good to have you on board. Packers, Bears was good, but I wish the Packers had lost. I hear you, Nitro. My Broncos, we're sticking it to it. We're getting a little, well, we were supposed to win against the Raiders, but this isn't a sports show, but I love the sidebar. Okay, the week ahead. Remember this? Clipper 1, Clipper 1 in the morning, Clipper 2 in the afternoon, Clipper 3 Tuesday, a little break Wednesday, another Clipper Thursday, and then another one making its way through as we head into your weekend. So at least 3 to 4 Clippers moving through. What's it look like? Check this out. Now, this is the European model. I'm not going to tell you any specific numbers here, but you can kind of see where the European model has the track of snow. We got the system that's going to be making its way through on Monday afternoon. Then the Tuesday all-day event moves through. So 2 big hitters there with light snow accumulations on the backside of it could make things very good chance for white holiday season here in northern North Dakota and northern Minnesota. And look at the Great Lakes, look at the Rocky Mountain West. Hour by hour details. Who wants to see the track and timing through your area? Throw me a comment here. Hey, Mona Lisa, good to see you. Patriots, that's all there is for football. Oh, I sorely disagree with you there, but that's okay. That's what makes football fun, right? Those rivalries. Broncos, Patriots have had some great games over the years. Good luck to your Patriots. They're having a great season. Jeremy, what about Detroit Lakes? Let's get to the hour by hour forecast details. Now, I'm going to give you the USA view first. Why? Just so you get the breadth and the track of the storms, and then we'll go into our region for hour by hour details for your accounting of what you can expect. So let's sneak into the European model here. Now, let's go here. Let's go to the higher resolution model. Whoa, I don't like that. Let's switch this over to the national view, shall we? So sorry about that. Bear with me while I get us on the right page here. Okay, and remember, you can take and watch this. I'm going to get to questions later. I just want to keep the facts and the important analysis stuff up at the top and then answering questions later for those who are watching the replay. So if you're watching now, you can always watch from the start to get the latest details. But here's what's going on. Tonight, we have a little weather wiggle wobbling through. That's going to move through southern Minnesota by your morning. We're talking 5 to 6 a.m. It's out of here. South winds, the warm air punching into the western counties. Those south and southwest winds will be fairly breezy, so it'll have a wind chilly effect to it. Keep that in mind. Increasing clouds, particularly up north, and decreasing clouds down in the south and west zone. Now, as we go through, whoop, there it is. Northern North Dakota, northern Red River Valley snow as this clipper clips its way through. Northern Minnesota, right into Duluth Superior and the North Shore, the South Shore, right into parts of northern Wisconsin and the UP by the time we get to your Monday night. So, that's wave number 2 working its way through. Here comes the next one as we go through. Boom! Shaka and Laka. Down-sloping winds down the Rocky Mountains, compressing, warming. Huge warm-up in Montana. That's why you're seeing the green rain. Then, as we transition to the cold pool of air here, we're going to see that area of icing. So there will be a potential as we get into the morning hours on Tuesday to see a little band of ice working its way across. I'm hoping it's a little band, but this model shows it wide. Why? It's the European model. Oh no, this is an hour by hour model from a high resolution model. So this one has a pretty substantial band of ice. And if that happens, you got to watch out for those slippery roads as you're heading out. Here's 6 a.m. icing from Bottineau and north of Minot right into the James River Valley, maybe the Devil's Lake Basin. We can't say precisely where that's going to set up yet, but as this system begins to draw warm air out of Montana, we should be able to do a reasonable job of locating that for you. Look at the wind. South winds, big time heavy band of snow setting up in the Northern Valley, and as it sneaks through into central Minnesota, our midday hours look to be a little on the wild side. Now, let's get into our area here. Let's zoom into the Northern Plains with this system so you can see in hour by hour detail of where this system's going. So here we go, Northern Plains zoomed in. And now we're going to go to a model that will get me out just a little bit farther. I like this model. Ooh, it's just still coming in though. Okay, here's our little skirt with snow tonight into the morning hours. Here's your Monday. Midday is when it starts up in the Devil's Lake Basin, Rolla, Rugby, Rock Lake, and Candu, Towner County, North Dakota. Seeing it moving into the Red River Valley for your lunch hour. That's basically areas north of Grand Forks is where it looks. Now, after we get through that, this system jugs off to the east, and by the time we're at the evening drive time, it's coated these roads up in northern Minnesota with a layer of slippery nonsense out there. And again, as I said, 1 to 2 inches with isolated places picking up maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow with the heavier bands. So greasy roads nonetheless. Now, as we head into Tuesday, here comes the big event, and there is that icing, sleet. Those are those little ice balls. Nobody likes ice balls, right? And then we got rain out here, but the ground is cold enough that, by golly, it's going to turn into a slippery mess when this northwest wind takes hold. Will we have enough for any blizzard conditions anywhere? For that, we're going to have to go to a little larger scale model. So we'll do that right now. And as I open this up, please bear with me while I pull this out. This is going to get us out in time just a little bit farther, but do know it comes with a little bit more in, well, let's say lower confidence levels. So as we go through, here we go. Showers of snow push their way through, then boom, there's that second wave. And this model is showing that, that is the right model, that there is a heavy band of snow and wind. So here we got east winds. So in Minnesota, as we start our Tuesday evening, this would be Tuesday evening, very strong east winds. Look at this model's track of the rain and snow. We're still in rain in Fargo as we go into your Tuesday evening, according to that particular model right there. So for these type of situations, I'm going to lean on the European model. So this is a look at the European model. Let me go over to that so it's labeled correctly on your screens. Shazam, here we go. And now a look at the European guidance. Why am I using this? Because we're talking about timeframes that are 48 hours outside of what's going on now. So here we go with that system, and here it is. Okay, so the track. Basically from the Minot region and the Estevan region, as we go through, it goes diagonally right down toward the Twin Cities and points north of that. There'll be a chance for east winds that'll be fairly strong, 20 to 30 miles per hour. When they become northerly, look out. But the main heavy band of snow will be shipping off to the east. There'll be a secondary band of snow. It likely will be more narrow than you see here and likely extend through the northern reaches of Minnesota as well. This has the timing as such. Mixed precipitation as we go through the mid-morning hours in Fargo and Grand Forks. So I'll say it again, mixed precipitation, rain south, ice central, up north, snow all day, and increasing wind as we go into your afternoon drive home with snow accumulations up there that will cause some slippery travel. Now, on the backside, see the isobars getting really close together. What this means is as we go into the afternoon drive time and later, the wind will really pick up, causing quite a bit of blowing, some drifting, and difficulty keeping those roads in good travelable conditions. So pay attention to what's going on with regards to the forecast. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the now weather. I want your questions. Go ahead. Good evening, Simon from Duluth. Jake, thank you very much. Hannaford to Jamestown, Grace City, 5 a.m. tomorrow. I think that we could see an inch or so, Mr. Burley, in that area. Maybe isolated places with a little bit more, like 2 inches, and that's in the morning on Monday. That's what I expect. That's falling now, and in fact, you should be about done with the snow. Let's get to that. Boom. Here's what's going on right now as we head into...
Hutch is with...
Here's what's going on right now as we head into our Sunday night. We do have this area of, let's call it inconvenient weather. Highway 200 and point south, Cooperstown, all the way south of Mayville, right into the Valley City, northern Barnes County. Saying, is Bismarck done with snow for a while? No. I do think you'll have a chance at seeing a little bit of snow as we go through the next couple of days, as we just showed in the hour-by-hour forecast. So snow showers right now. What does it look like on area roads? This batch of precipitation looks heaviest to me in Cooperstown and in northeast South Dakota. Now, go to hutchesweather.com, folks, and get over there, and you'll get to see the latest details with regards to the road conditions, thanks to my friends over at OK Tire. Hutchesweather.com, top of the page, you're going to see the OK Tire banner here. This is where you get your road conditions from. You go ahead and you navigate right to that button and you press it, and it's going to take you to all of the provinces and states in our region here in the upper Midwest, and you can get the latest. We're going to use the North Dakota map right now to take a peek at the purple roads are covered with snow, and it's icy out there in the west where you see the yellow. So we do have some challenging road conditions across portions of North Dakota. So that's a look at the map. Now let's look with our own eyes. Pro tip, turn the cameras on. This is all available to you for all these states on hutchesweather.com with the snow forecast below we'll get to in a second. Boom, shakalaka, snow heaviest right now in and around Cooperstown. Let's go Shazam right over to here and see what we got in New Rockford. We got horizontal flakes flying. The road has a little bit of accumulation on the surface there, and as you can see at this intersection, certainly some coverage of snow on the area roads with enough winds to make that road a little on the greasy side. So that's what's going on there. Bismarck, the snow has exited the Bisman area right now. As we take a look, there is some snow, but pretty good coverage on the edge of the road, but the road surface itself looks to be cleared out pretty good. South of the interstate, getting into south central North Dakota, we do have a look of the roads there. Wishick, that Highway 13 and Highway 11 corridor in North Dakota 3, seeing some coverage of snow. So A light dose of slippery snow is on its way to you, and that's happening right now on the radar. You can go to hutchesweather.com to check out what's going on with the latest with regards to the snow showers ongoing right now. Thanks for letting me show you some of the highlights of Hutch's weather. Now, if you scroll down below this map here, you're going to see the snowfall forecast. This is just one model. Okay, and no single model is always right. That's why it's good to have someone like old Hutcheroo here trying to keep you updated with what I think. Now, if you press the play button here, it will show you the snow accumulation forecast from this model over the next 24 hours. So it's cooking, it's thinking, and here we go. There's the morning dose, there's your Monday afternoon dose, and this model says a northerly shift to the snow track as we go through our Tuesday. I'll keep my eyes on this, but I did mention as we were talking about the snowfall accumulations that there could be some shifting in the thinking of these models as we get a little bit closer, and it's not done yet. So I'm not going to get too specific about that Tuesday snow band, although there is already a winter storm watch that has been issued by the National Weather Service. You've seen this already, but I'm going to go over it and what it means. What it means is we're going to have some snow, and here is a look at what that looks like on the map right now. Eastern North Dakota, including Grand Forks, Devil's Lake. We are also in the yellow box here in Valley City, but Jamestown, you are not in the winter storm watch. Fargo, Grand Forks, Crookston, all the way out to Bemidji, Park Rapids, and down to Fergus Falls in Otter Tail County. Now, we just saw one model that shifted the heavy snow to the north, the other to the south, and there could be some icing that takes place in the south as well. So as these fine details that we really cannot iron out just yet, then we're going to get to those details in the next 24 hours. You can count on it here on hutchesweather.com and Hutch's Weather. Exciting announcements coming this week as well, right in the middle of all this, and I cannot wait to share with you and you and you. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Kim and Carol Samuelson, thank you so much for joining Hutch and for your contribution to Hutch's Weather. All of you who have contributed through stars and from, all the support on all of my channels is much appreciated. Winter storm watch means the ingredients are there for a winter storm. A winter storm is dangerous travel conditions, and it could become life-threatening in places. We could have the combination of wind and locally heavy snow, upwards of 8 inches. I think the 8-inch band will be fairly narrow through this track. A narrow band of up to 8 inches, maybe a little more once we get into central Minnesota and out into parts of northern Wisconsin. But there's no watch issued for those areas yet. It's just Hutch's hunch. My gut is talking to me, and that's what it's telling me. All right. Any questions? Let me scroll through right here. I've got, will Steele get snow? It does look like Steele here in Old Kidder County, and I'm not a Kidderin. It does looks like the majority of this impactful system will miss you, and you will get some wet roads that could get slippery, particularly when the north winds take over on your Tuesday afternoon. Wet roads could get slippery. That's my news for you. Welder's Girl, let's see, 798 Welder's Girl. I'll be coming back from the cities Tuesday evening, heading towards Bemidji. You're right in the middle of it. The cities road on the way up, not as bad, but as you start going north towards Bemidji area, that's when things get dicey. And that storm will move from the evening hours from, say, up here near the Botno Hills right into northern Minnesota. So the closer you get to Park Rapids and Bemidji, the more crummy it is going to get. And you may indeed cross over a band with some ice under the snow. So please pay particular attention there. David, good evening. Thanks for watching. Brandon, thank you very much. Is Moorhead going to get sticky wet snow? Hutch is going to go for this for right now. I think I'm going with about 2 to 3 inches of snow in the Fargo area from the Tuesday system because I think we'll be closer to the warmer air and it could be wet. That could ridiculously change, though, if the shift to the storm is to the south. Right now, though, Hutch's hunch is that it's moving a little north. We'll keep you up to the dates. Hey, Nitro Border, thanks for the comments. I appreciate it. I think I love what I do, and I'm lucky to do watch the weather for you right here. So, travel from Grand Forks, says Red Alice from Bismarck on Tuesday. Should I stay home? You know, I don't like to ever tell people don't go until we know where the warning is going to be. Then I don't mind saying just stay home. If you can adjust your travel to not travel during the the brunt of the storm, which looks to be Tuesday midday through Tuesday night, that would be best. That's my 2 cents on it. Keep your eyes on it at this point. I wouldn't cancel things yet. I would just kind of keep your eyes on it because you can always adjust your route, maybe go south and get into the wet part of the storm as opposed to the real windy and white part of the storm. But I do believe it would be the most prudent to try to look at your schedule to see if you can shift that. Hi from Shevlin and Bagley, and good to have you on board. Got a flight to catch Tuesday. Is that possible? Greg, thank you for the question. I don't know what airport you're going to be talking about, and I cannot tell you if they're going to cancel flights or the like, but what I can tell you is this could impact some air travel across the local region here as we go through our Tuesday. Why? We'll have wind and we'll have some snow, but it's not going to be one of those lockdown type of widespread blizzard kind of systems. So that's good to know. Usually Alberta Clippers, Hutch is saying here, more blow than snow. And this one will be the same way. It's going to come with a narrow band of some pretty heavy snow though. So we don't want you to not consider what's going on. All right, Nanleakia, looks like which storm is strongest along the Minnesota-Wisconsin border. I'm going to tell you that it's going to be the second storm that's going to have more moisture with it. And that warmer air can hold more moisture. So as our temperatures warm here in the Southern Valley with the approach of Clipper 2 on Tuesday, it's going to fetch into some more humid air. Mary, thanks for watching. How much would Valley City get? All right, let's go back to the snowfall forecast there to try to answer a couple of these questions. Number one, by the morning, Valley City could see about an inch of snow. This is by tomorrow morning for your commute. In fact, it's moving out of your area now, so you're probably getting it. Do you have an inch, Janine? Tell me what you got there. I'd love to see your comments on it. We're expecting somewhere around an inch of snow along the heavier band of this batch that's moving its way through right now. Now, the main event on Monday will come in the afternoon, and that's going to hit northern parts of the valley. Whoop, that's not it. Let's not get too carried away here. Where did I put that bad boy? Here it is. So Monday afternoon, 1 to 3 inches, isolated a little bit more. As we go in towards the Duluth area and the North Shore, we could have a few pockets with a little bit more. So that's the Monday afternoon Clipper number 2, really. And then on Tuesday, here's another dose. So if you look at the track of the Clipper that's coming through on Monday and Tuesday, it looks like northern Minnesota could be the 2-day winner. And that does confer and go along with what we were showing here just a bit ago. Again, Tuesday's storm, 2 to 5 plus inches along a narrow band somewhere near Bottineau, maybe Walhalla, spreading down towards Bemidji and on into the North Shore area and the I-35 corridor where we could have a heavier pocket right there. Still snowing, says Janine. Thank you very much. Mine not completely okay. As you can see here, that's the second system that works its way through. And the first system that we showed you right here, let's see, that's tonight. Let's see. Here's the first system for tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, you're going to get a few flurries maybe from both of these systems there, and probably a little bit more as we go into the Tuesday system here. But other than that, Minot is not going to be under the direct influence unless there's a significant shift to the south of the track of this system. Thank you much for your questions here. Let me try to go through. Stacy, good to have you on board. What's the Badger area looking forward to? Get your snow throwers ready and get your snow machines ready to go. I think you'll have a chance to use them out there. Notice this though, this model does have a little carve out here for, Greenbush, Badger, and Roseau, 1 to 2 inches, but not far from you. We could be getting some good measurable snow. How much will Mahnomen get? You are in the healthy band here. I think Mahnomen has a good chance on the Tuesday system alone of seeing 3 inches of snow right in the middle of this batch. So if you look at where Mahnomen is, yeah, you're right in that track of the heavier snow. A good chance at 3, but a healthy chance that you could see a little bit more than that. Wondering about guesses for Grafton? An educated guess has you in the heavier band for Tuesday as well. We'll go for the 2 to 3, likely with isolated pockets picking up more than that. And right now it looks like this is shifting north a little bit. I'll keep you up to date. Thanks so much, Jeanette, for sharing stars with Hutch. What about Fargo on Tuesday? A little bit north. I'm going to go for that 2 to 3 inch range here in the FM area, and that's pretty much what this model is showing right here. So this is Hutch's forecast for now, with adjustments to come once the storm truly develops. And thank you for the question. Bonnie, sounds like boom, boom, no shakalaka. Yeah, you got to watch out for the boom, and the shaka and the laka. That's what happens on Hutch's Weather, Detroit Lakes area Tuesday. Yep, you're going to be a little closer to a potential band of heavier snow, particularly in northern Becker County here. So Haida Land Lake area, and also that Highway 34 corridor as you're cutting across into Park Rapids. 2 to 3 likely, with a little bit more than that possible. And then let's go here. Simon, good to have you on board. What about Duluth? Woohoo! All right, you're going to have some slip sliding away in the hills of Duluth there. Thank you much. Bismarck going to get rain. There's a chance of that. Watching from Sicky's Garage. Hey, John, good to have you on board as always. Thank you so much. All right, that is a look at your weather. Let's see. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Bev says, hi from Babbitt, Minnesota. Good to have you on board. And, well, Hutch, would you rather have Oreos on your teeth, smile 24/7 for the rest of your life, or have Cheeto fingers the rest of your life? These questions are deep, thoughtful questions, and Nitro Border 17, I think I'd say none. I'm sorry, I'm not the hugest Oreo fan, nor am I the hugest Cheeto fan. And no, I'm not going to tell you I love broccoli all the time either, but I do like me some broccoli. I guess I'd have to say neither, Nitro. I'd have to say neither. I do have my weaknesses, though, but I don't have to tell them right here. Luther Petroleum, Hutch, but best forecast in the area. Some point he'll save me from a tornado. Luther, I just want to make sure everybody's aware of what the potential is, and we'll get to that as we get to that. I do want to be here for you, and I do want you to know, in this region, you can count on me. Let me know where you're watching from, so I'm making sure I'm covering your area appropriately. I know my body here is sitting in the wrong spot, so if I'm in the way, just tell me, and if I see it, I'll try to do this. And then I'll duck back in like that. See, it's easy. I can do it. We can do it together. Thanks, Wanda Wald. Good to have you on board. Thank you, everybody. Should you take your hot rod out and go drifting, Sean? I'm not going to do that. Just because I know that my insurance guy watches too. All right, very good. What about New York Mills, Minnesota? Yes, Otter Tail County is in the watch. I do think the northern part of your county will have a better chance at seeing some heavier snow, and particularly the northeastern part of the county as you get up into that Wadena Deer River area. See on this map here, that's you right there in Wadena. So 2 to 3 inches seems to be good, with a rapid drop off south and a rapid increase north. And Sean says, watching from Fargo Diversion Project while eating broccoli cheddar soup. Speaking of broccoli, ooh, that sounds good. That sounds so good. Hutch has got to go get some. Now, I do got to tell you what, exciting announcements are coming very soon to Hutch's Weather, real soon. Here, listen to this. Yes, you get the idea. Exciting announcements coming right soon. Thank you for sharing. You can watch the whole live all over again right on my channels here. Go to hutchesweather.com for the very latest. You can get it there. Just rewatch the live. Drop a comment. Let me know when you're watching. Do you watch the live ones, or do you like watch the replay? Let me know. Are my updates timely for you? Drop comments. Let me know. Have a great night, and go Broncos. Go Vikings. What a win today. It was exciting to see getting back on the right train track there. It sure was fun to watch them play today. And you know what? That young quarterback has taken a lesson, and they beat a good team that challenged the Broncos down to the last second last week. So you know what? It's in ya. It's in ya. We just want to see more consistency, Vikings. Again, this is not a sports channel. It's just a weather nerd who likes to watch a little bit of football. You all are the best. Thanks for watching, and I will be in touch, keeping my eyes on the skies for you. Oh, yeah, and you. Yes, you. Oh, what do you think this is?
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather.